grew up, actually, I was super into indie music. And I only listened to music with guitars, and I was like, this is my stuff. My parents got me really into different types of music, so I've always been a really huge music person. When I got in high school, I remember there was one single that dropped by this artist named Sophie, and the song was called Lemonade. And I remember when I first heard it, I was like, oh, this is so terrible. How could anybody like this? And I used to show it to people like, this is so weird. Can you believe it? And I started listening to it more and more and more, and I was like, this is actually genius. This is so good. And it was this really insane, like pop sounding thing, but it was also really electronic, and I hadn't heard anything like it before. So I really dove deep into music, electronic music that way, got really into techno, club music, things like that. And I wanted to share my music with people, and I found out that the easiest way to do that was through DJing, creating a playlist of music or playing music for people and mixing between songs in a way that feels cohesive. So that's kind of in your traditional, comic book version of a DJ booth where you see the two decks. What that person is doing is mixing between one song and another. So I use two decks and I go back and forth, and typically before a show come up with a playlist of things, in a specific BPM or speed that I want. And then I go to the show and I will mix in between those songs and, play for an hour or so. And you typically want to play in such a way that when you hand off to the next person, there isn't this, extreme difference. People just keep dancing because the whole point of DJing is to keep people on the dance floors. 618 Whiskey Bar is a really fun venue, and I've always wanted to play there ever since I've discovered it. I was able to play this beach house edit that people really liked, which is sort of combining the indie music that I listened to as a kid with the more techno things that I listen to now. I definitely want to start producing because I think it would bring my skills to the next level. But in a more general sense, in terms of DJing in the future, what I really want to do is just continue to play shows. As long as I can do that and continue to make people dance and have a good time, that's really all that I want. I don't need it to be my full-time job. I work at a church, but I'm atheist. I think that a lot of people are raised with this idea that your job has to be your life and you have to be so passionate about your work and it has to be everything to you. And I think the older that I get, the more I realize that that just isn't true, or at least wouldn't make me happy. A lot of the artistic energy and things that I have and the will to kind of make things would be gone if I had to do it for my job, and if I didn't, I would starve. So I think for that reason, I don't necessarily mind this sort of separation between my DJ life, Olivia as blankphosphenes, and my professional life, which is Olivia, the comms person at a church who answers old ladies' emails all day.